Just say yes to it when it comes, and know that all the hard time that you're going through right now with all the change, the universe is opening the pathway to allow it to come in. Like whatever has to go, has to go. Like the universe will help you remove it from your life. Whatever has to come in will come in, and you'll nail it. Hey, everybody, this is David Nagel, and welcome to What's the Truth? I'd like to welcome my guest, Marion. Marion, how are you?
So good. Thank you, David.
Fantastic. All right, let's jump into this thing. Tell me what's going on in your life, what you want to accomplish, and where you're kind of stuck.
So I am a writer, and I have been at it and had like modest success. And I am a screenwriter. I live in Los Angeles. Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I have been having difficulty connecting, I suppose, my current situation with what I dream of, which is to be a writer, producer, creator.
All right.
I have created and developed a lot of content. I have, I hustle. My stuff is being read all over the city. I have everything from features to pilots, spec pilots, novels, children's books. I have been working freelance as a animation writer.
Yep.
For a little bit, but it is the work is scarce and sort of I can't rely on it, so it waffles.
Okay.
So I've been developing projects. I'm developing one project with one of the most successful writers in Hollywood right now, and I have been having difficulty figuring out how to get where I am now to where I want to be. And also, make a living. I'm a single mom. I've got 3 kids.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I get it. So, one of the things is that you're in one of the most competitive industries in the world, right?
Yeah.
And it's a ruthless industry. Like, the fashion industry, basically the people that work there will be like, the fashion has no soul, right? Like you either sell in fashion or you don't. There's no middle ground. And if you don't, they really have no use for you. Hollywood's very much the same way. Acting is very much, music is like that also. So whenever I see somebody that has a dream like you do, I ask them, are you prepared to really ask yourself the question of, are you good enough to compete in that industry? Not are you good enough from like a human standpoint. You're totally good enough from a human standpoint. You totally have the potential from a human standpoint. But are you developing yourself enough in a way where you can be seen, and what you're looking at, the people that are going to buy it, because I also saw that you wrote down about the buyers in your intake form, right? The people that are going to buy it, is it good enough for them to buy? Is it good enough for them to say, yes, I want Marion to work on this project, to collaborate, or we're going to buy this from her so that we can move forward in our business? Because even though you're an artist, it's still a business. So it has to be good enough for somebody to say, yes, there's value in this. We can totally turn it around, and we could put this into production and we can sell it.
I have absolute utter confidence, 100%. And I actually get that feedback from the powers that be, 100%. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So where is it breaking down? Where is it not?
Okay. So
in the gap.
So I kind of had a little bit of, I think, like kind of a breakthrough, because I understand that it's all here. I know that it's all here.
Right.
All of these answers, because I I have been doing this for so long that I know if I could do anything else, God damn it, I would do it in a heartbeat. I mean, I am so compelled to do this. So yesterday, one of the things I had said is I want to be a writer, creator, producer. Well, I create all the time, and I write, and I have the content. And then a friend said, well, what about the producing? And I thought, well, don't I need somebody to give me the money? In my head, my block was, don't I need somebody to give me the money so that I can go and produce something? Or don't I need someone to buy my script so that then I can come on and be a producer on that? And then there's a new platform. I'm sure you've heard of Quibi.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're looking for content. They're looking for 9-minute segments there. And one of my kids is a 16-year-old actor. He's a male model. He's like crazy good looking, but he's at this art school. So he just went to producers 2 days ago for a TV show. And so I started to connect the dots of, well, why am I not writing something for him with all of his friends who are, I mean, we're in LA, these kids are at this school that is, it is the movers and shakers in Hollywood at this school.
Okay.
So I am literally currently developing a show that will incorporate these kids that I am gonna turn around and whether it's a GoFundMe or whether it's just getting some of these kids who they want to work, these kids want to tell their stories, and then and they can do this stuff for credit. They can do stuff like that, and then everybody gets a piece of the pie, and then I produce it. I get it. I shoot it.
Great.
These kids have access to cameras. They have access to all this stuff. So I'm writing it. And so basically then I'm realizing my dream of being a writer, creator, producer.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's fantastic. Now, so one of the things that could be holding you back is that you said you're actually terrified of change, right?
Yeah, I am.
And that when you hit it big with this, your life is going to change dramatically.
Oh my God. It's so, yes, it is. It's that Marianne Williamson quote that, what is it? The love, it's that sometimes we're not afraid of failure. We're afraid of our light shining so bright.
Yeah. How great we really are.
Yes.
Right.
I do. That is a block for sure.
Okay. So first of all, let's kind of unpack that a little bit, and then I'm going to show you how to change it. Okay. Because it's a big fear that keeps a lot of talented people from ever realizing their dream. Mm-hmm. It's basically a double binding message to the people that you're looking for to help you with this, and to the universe itself. Consciously and in your heart, you want one thing, but somewhere in your life, you created fears that say, don't do this. And anytime you'll get close to realizing one of those fears, your subconscious mind will sabotage it.
Yeah.
And you'll stay right where you are. From an intellectual perspective, it will look like perfectly realistic reasons most of the time, like why it didn't work. I don't have the money. I didn't meet the right person. Somebody with the buying power shut this down, like whatever. But it'll continue to be those reasons forever. And it'll seem like, what the hell? Why can't I just get past this one thing? Everybody says it's great. People want to work with me, but somewhere along the line, it falls apart. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So where did you develop the fear of change? You remember?
No, I don't, I moved away when I was 19. From Boston came out here to LA with nothing, all of that. Like I think it's also, I don't know. I don't know.
Tell me. Okay. All right. So let me see if I can help you find it. Tell me when you first realized you were afraid of change.
I think it's probably, I think it's maybe even more recent. I have been in this house for most of my marriage, and my marriage is now endings, right?
Okay.
So I think that some of the, I know what part of this is. It's that I felt like if I was too successful, I wouldn't be there for my kids, and my kids need me to be there.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so I think it's my oldest my two oldest are in high school, and I have a 7-year-old. So it's been like, I've sort of put things out there of like, well, I can't do that. I can't get this job. I can't do this thing, because then no one will be here for them, which I know is, yeah.
Right. Okay. So let's keep going with it. So let's say that became true. Nobody would be there for them. What does that say about you as a person?
That I'm a bad mom, that I'm selfish, that I am, out for me.
Okay. Now I want you to really think. When you say that, whose voice is that in your head? Your mom or your dad's?
Oh my God. I guess probably more my dad.
It's your dad.
Yeah.
So it's your dad's belief, his voice in your head, that is keeping you from realizing your dream.
Wow. That's some heavy shit right there.
That's what it is. So I'm going to show you how to change this. Okay. What is in your mind? Let's work with you as a mother and with your kids first. If you have an image of you being the ideal mom that you want to be, what does that look like to you? Can you describe it to me?
Well, the one who's at on every field trip, and the one that is, making the lunches, basically everything I do. So, writing notes and putting that in their lunchbox, being at every play, taking my son to every audition, taking, there for my daughter at every game she's cheering at, all of that.
Who came up with those rules for you that's what a good mother is? Did you create those? Is that your parents' rules, your dad's rules, society's? Who gave you those rules?
I did. I think I did.
You think you did? Maybe it's a combination of other
influences?
It's
a combination of a few of those things. I do think it is interesting. My mom is an artist and my father is like a rocket scientist.
Okay.
So he was the provider and my mom was the artist, who was a fantastic artist, but made no money. So she was around a lot. She was like a painter and stuff. So she'd be around a lot, but I do think right around the time that the age that my kids are now, my older kids, there was a lot, it was very volatile at my house growing up. And there wasn't a lot, my mom had gone back to school and there was all kinds of stuff. So there were no like parents around. So I think now that I'm saying this out loud, which is hilarious because I've written this so many times, but I do think there's like an element of, if you're not there physically, that, everything goes to shit. Yeah.
Well, that was your experience. And there was probably a lot of talk that came out of your father's mouth about what a good mother is to his wife and what that example, all you have to do is pick up the crosstalk of that nonsense and you internalize it. Plus, from a financial standpoint, your dad provided the safety. Like he was the rock, he was the stability. Mom is the artist, and who knows what he thought about her being an artist. It wasn't serious or whatever. You can internalize all of that, and then you end up making it a projection of those inner beliefs that you're carrying into your own life.
Yes, that sounds like what's going on.
Okay, so here's what we do.
Okay.
The first thing is that you have to deconstruct the rules that you have of being a good mother, and you need to really write them from a place of consciousness. You need to be there for your kids, but you don't need to be there for everything for your kids. So you have to sit down and really write out like seriously, what does a good mother look like? Because we don't, number one, we probably shouldn't be there for anything because we don't ever teach them independence if we're there for everything. You can support, you can encourage, you can be there for them emotionally, but for every big highlight of their life, we don't need to be there. At some point, that needs to be turned over to them. It helps them gain independence.
Yeah.
So maybe, you know, and it's a progression through their life where you're there, and then you also teach them to be there on their own, and also for them to receive their own recognition. And, you know, you're supporting from behind the scenes, and that does not mean that you're there all the time, but they're able to own that. So they get their independence and they still know that you're there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I think you need to go through like how you're showing up for your kids and really write down the rules that work for your life and your independence and theirs, because they're also going to look at you. So they might grow up and go, I had a great mother. She was there for everything, but she didn't live her dream because she was there for everything.
Oh, yeah.
And then they end up carrying mother's guilt because in some way or another, you send the message to them like, I gave up everything for you guys, right? Mm-hmm. So then they end up feeling guilty just for being your children, and you don't want that either.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So you redefine the rules. You redefine the rules of what it is to be a good mother. You see yourself in the new role of how you're going to show up as a mother. And now you also have to redefine the rules for you as an independent, talented, successful woman and what that looks like.
Right.
But it needs to be concrete. So you need to write it out first, and then you need to capture an image of yourself combining both together. You have to burn that image into your subconscious mind so that it will accept it. Mm-hmm. So if you write it out, you're going to have the detail of it, right? So intellectually, you get the detail. Then you get a picture of yourself doing both together. So you have your celebration and their celebration.
Yes.
Then that tells your mind that both of these things can exist at the same time. And then you have to see yourself doing both. So the way that you're visualizing yourself with the success, you need to visualize yourself being successfully independent and successful as a mother at the same time. And they actually both feed each other. They're not completely separate things. They both work in tandem together because your life works in tandem together. To see them different has you showing up as two different people, and the idea is that we integrate it.
I get that.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. It's funny too, because in my journaling and the stuff I've been writing, it's interesting because I have seen, because my son is, you know, following in similar footsteps in this industry, and I have journaled out, like, won't it be great to be on set and be working and be so happy and doing all my work and then have a part for my kid? Like, so it's both, you know, me being, you know, it's what you said, being independent and working and still being a mom and finding there like a bit of a crossover with that too.
Right. Absolutely. Then also you have to integrate the emotion of gratitude for both. Gratitude keeps you open to receiving in your life. So you have to be grateful in both areas. If you get resentful in either one, that'll put up an energetic block and you'll start sabotaging. If you think one is taking from the other, you'll do the same thing, or you'll internalize it and self-destruct, that's not good either, right? So it's about being grateful that both of those things are happening. You keep the energetic channel open, and you remove the fear from your subconscious mind, because all your subconscious mind ever really is doing is it's trying to protect you. But here's what it doesn't know. I mean, you understand that your subconscious mind runs off of patterns of behavior that have kept you safe your whole life?
I do understand that.
Yeah, you know that.
Yes.
So what it doesn't have a pattern of is, what does this look like to be a great mother and a successful woman?
Yes.
It doesn't have that pattern together. It has a pattern of your mother and your father being two separate things, but not integrated.
Yes.
So when you're a great mother, you're a great mother. When you're a success, you're a success, but you can't bridge the gap, because for you to go to the next level in your success, it's an image that your subconscious mind does not have. So it's the unknown, and the subconscious is scared to death of the unknown because it has no pattern to deal with it.
Right.
So we have to build the pattern as we go. And it's also replacing the pattern of our childhood pattern, which was how do we stay safe as a child, and the mixed messages that we got. So you have your dad's voice in your head about one thing and your mom's voice in your head about something else.
Yes, I do. They're going to watch this too.
Good. Hi, mom and dad.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so then I have a slight follow-up.
Okay.
So where I'm at right now, which is all my stuff, like everything is great. I'm inspired. I'm doing the work, but I'm having, and I think I already know the answer, but it's like, I'm in a place where my existence right now, my current circumstances are, way down the scale in the lack area. And I really need to go way up that way, and I know this industry is hard, and it's not promised to anyone or anything like that. But
right.
how do I operate within where I'm at now, still creating and doing all my stuff and all the, 3 kids, 3 different schools, my full career. Do you know what I'm asking?
I know exactly what you're asking. So let me ask you a counter question. What would be a visual representation of you making the amount of money that you want to make to live the life you can live? Visual representation of that. Would it actually be like a check with your name on it and a dollar number next to it? Would that work for you? Or does it need to be something more like the house, the car, the kids? What does it look like for you?
You know what I did with my 2 older kids last weekend? I took them to look at houses, like big,
nice.
Big, yeah. We toured. We had such a good time. We went to 3 more houses.
That's fantastic.
So, yeah. So maybe the house.
Okay. So I would do the house, and I would also do the check.
Okay. Yeah.
Take a number that you want to make annually.
Okay.
Write it down on the check with your name on it. So it's made out to you for that number. Okay.
Yep.
And I want you to carry that with you all the time so that you could, and I want you to look at it as many times during the day as you can see it. Get a picture of the house that you would love to be in. Okay. And then what you want to do is every day you want to visualize yourself living in that house, like mentally walk through every room, see yourself in the kitchen, taking a cup out of the cupboard for coffee or tea or something like that. See yourself in the bathroom, the bedroom, the recreational areas, like really mentally put yourself in the house. And you want to do this also with the money that you're making and your career and your being a mother, all of it. You're going to do it twice a day at least. Okay. In the morning, when you first get up, at night before you go to bed, really see yourself in that role of living that, having producers or whoever say yes to your work, you receiving the money that you want to make for your work, the recognition or the awards or the accolades for your work. And the same thing with being a mother. So you want to start visualizing all of it. I guarantee you, like within 12 months, you'll completely break through. You'll have everything you're looking for.
It's funny. I have a notebook that I started using like this, and it's daily. I write everything out. I start in the morning, and then I have a follow-up what went right at night. So I've been doing that since the new year, and I think doing things just like actually going and being physically in those houses was like, it took it out of just my imagination and into the actual physical, this is possible.
Yep.
And so I am, that's wonderful. The check is divine. I love it.
Yeah. One more thing though.
Yes.
So the other thing that you want to do, you want to see yourself, and you can actually do a vision board on this too if you want to. Like, I think vision boards are great. I did a vision board when I first started off in my career, like over 20 years ago.
Mhm.
And I got, within a short period of time, I had everything on the vision board, and I had no idea how I was going to get any of that stuff. But here's the piece that you need to know. So when you do this,
Yeah.
what you're doing is you're opening up a channel for the universe to bring you all the opportunities that you need for the fulfillment of the vision. You have to go inside in your heart, and you have to say, no matter what it is, as long as it serves me, I'm willing to do it. Because what we don't know is how it's going to show up, but
Right.
we do know that it will show up.
Right.
If a person is not willing to step into, like, if you have to grow, if you have to change something, if you have to move, if you, as long as it doesn't not contradict with your core values and your ethics, you
Mhm.
have to be willing to do whatever it takes for that to show up. But that's also where the challenge is for you, because that's where the change comes in,
Yep.
right? So, but when you say, I'm willing to do whatever it takes for my dream to happen, you give your subconscious mind permission to say, okay, whatever shows up is okay. I've already pre-decided, as long as it's not against my values or my ethics, I'm going to go ahead and step in that direction.
I hear that. I think that's in part some of the stuff with the producer thing, because in my mind, I think I was thinking about producing my own series of shorts that I can do with.
Great.
Because in my mind, I was thinking, I'm going to have to ask people for money.
You're going to have to.
And that was definitely a block. It felt uncomfortable. And then I thought, oh, wait, they get to come on board and be part of this amazing thing that, and everybody, and by the way, a lot of people I think are looking for an outlet to be part of this kind of thing, so, or even if it's a GoFundMe, just of like, so, of like a You Go Girl, because I have
Right.
been working and constantly developing, so they could be the kind of thing, like a way for people to support without it being a handout,
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
and feel grateful for it. Gratitude keeps you in the constant expectation of the thing that you desire. That's how we stay in the energy, in that vibration. It's the constant expectancy of what we desire, gratitude. You're grateful before it happens.
I hear that.
That's it.
I hear that. It is so simple. It is so simple.
But it's not easy.
It is not.
You have to discipline yourself. You cannot permit your dad's voice to take over your thinking anymore. You can only you have to discipline yourself to think of what you want and only speak of what you want from this point forward.
Yes.
Very important. You can't set up a conflicting conversation in your mind.
Yes. There is a lot of chatter at times up there.
Of course, yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
You just have to take over that part and say, no fucking way, chatter. Yeah. You're out. I'm not listening to you. I'm going to live my dream. I'm going to be a great mother. I can do both. I can have the house. I can have the car. I can have the check. I can be a great mom. I can have the relationship if that's what you want at some time. But you've got it all.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good?
I do. I already received it.
That's true. That's actually very true.
Yes.
That's actually very, very true. Most people never realize that. If you can get it on an intellectual and emotional level, you've got it. Now all you need to do is to manifest it on a physical level. That's the third part of creation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have been your podcast has been so friggin' helpful, and I listened to stuff. The 3-part thing you did on belief and trust and convince and persuade and convince and trust and confidence.
Right.
That was when like stuff like in my head, like I had to like take a nap after I listened to that, because I was like, there was so much in that. I just listened to that for like 4 days, just all the time. I walked like 10,000 steps. So I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Good. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And I'm sorry I missed you when you were in LA.
I'll be back. I don't know when. I'll be back. I go out there a few times every year and do something. So, and listen, stay in touch with us, because when you get there, we want to have you back on the show.
Oh my God.
Would that be
Thank
cool?
you. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And I'll hit you up for a GoFundMe.
Yeah, cool. Do it. Do it. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up and close this down. So let me just say this really quick.
Yeah.
For all the listeners, if you enjoyed the episode of What's the Truth and you want an opportunity to be featured on a future podcast, text TRUTH, TRUTH, to 469-447-7775. It was great having you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David. Keep being awesome.
You got it. It's done. Go get it.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right.
Wow.
Good, huh?
That was, yeah, that was good. This is, I've been in this realm of trying to, trying to crack this. And I really, like, I feel it. Like, I don't know. I feel it. I've been like pretty wrapped up in fear for a little bit. And especially the change, but I made a decision, and
that's it.
And it literally, it's
when
amazing.
You get scared, see me with you. See me there right with you, whatever it is that you have to do.
Okay.
What would I do with you if we were together and you were facing one of those challenges? You believe in my belief that you can do this.
I've been hearing that, and I've been hearing you say that, and you said something the other day. Oh my God, it was like 2 nights ago. I have this senior dog, and he's so awesome, but he had like a seizure in the middle of the night, and it's like, he's like 17, and it's like talk about change, like, like everything from splitting up to losing my dog. So I'm like, oh my God. But I got back into bed, and I was absolutely completely full of fear. Just so, like, I don't know how I'm going to pay my mortgage, just so insane. And I heard you say, what if this does work? Like, what if I just believe that this can work?
Right.
Cause I'm I've been like devoured all the Jen Sincero stuff, which is how I got you. And so I just thought about it, and everything didn't go totally away, but I felt immediate relief.
That's great.
It was so great.
It works. It absolutely works. So whenever the fear comes in, go to gratitude as if you're already here, or as if it's already here.
Yeah.
Stay in the gratitude.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting there faster.
Good.
I really, really am. And I'm talking to the other thing I love when you guys do the inside the episode stuff, and you were talking about like the kids, because I was raised Catholic, and my kids are
Me
like,
too.
My youngest is in Catholic school now. And I'm like, I'm sort of like, I keep talking to them about all of this stuff, because I just say, I don't want you to have to do all the work. I want you to just, have this level of consciousness as you walk into life, so I don't know. I'm getting a lot out of it.
Good. Just say yes to it when it comes, and know that all the hard time that you're going through right now with all the change, the universe is opening the pathway to allow it to come in. Like, whatever has to go. Like, the universe will help you remove it from your life. Whatever has to come in will come in, and you'll nail it.
I realize I asked for all of it. So
absolutely.
So there is a part that I'm getting when I ask for stuff, I receive it. So I've asked for this change. I've asked for this stuff. So I've also asked for this super awesome kick-ass stuff. So why wouldn't I receive that? I will.
We get everything we ask for.
Mm-hmm.
If we just stay in the place of receiving it and
Yeah.
not being upset when it actually starts to happen. Because it doesn't always look exactly like the picture when it first begins to happen. Sometimes it's something has to leave, like a marriage may have to end, or a friendship may have to end, or you may have to go from one job to another, from one city to another. And people, they get freak out when that stuff starts to happen, and they go into resentment, which then cuts the tie with the thing that you want. It pushes it away at that point. Or you go into fear and it pushes it away. Stay in gratitude for everything. Yeah. Trust and believe that it's coming to you. It is 100% of the time.
Yes.
Okay?
I hear it. I hear it. Yeah.
Very good.
Thank
it was
you.
a real pleasure meeting you. You're welcome.
Such a pleasure.
All right.
So
we'll talk
great.
soon.
All right. Thank you, David.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, everyone. If you liked What's the Truth, leave a comment below and reach out to us to join the show. We would love to have you.